What's going on? It's Bud Kelly. Who you with? Who you with? And I am not here to waste your time. We're gonna react to this video about Mexico Joe. Apparently, he got finessed by the industry.
But as someone who was in it and obviously was one of the originators of this sound, do you think that it represented the plug, culture and the plug sound accurately?
Yeah, how'd they do?
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Because you saw it. You never watched it?
You didn't watch it?
Butter.
Mexico Joe is a legend in the underground scene and a pioneer of the SoundCloud era. But in my opinion, the underground scene has its pros and cons. You stay underground long enough, the mainstream 9 times out of 10 gonna take the sauce.
Sure will.
Side, you gotta deal with other producers that are underground, completely stealing your style and efforts to be mainstream themselves. At the time, there were so many Mexico Joe type beats, you would hear Plug on a random rapper song.
Hold up.
At the time, there were so many Mexico Joe type beats, you would hear Plug on a random rapper.
I didn't watch this video before doing it. I just thought it was interesting, right? But you heard it said, so if I'm hearing right, he's the originator of that plug sound. I've been hearing that shit for years. I didn't know if it was a tag or what. I liked it. I was just like, it was cool. That so different people. This is why I hate this producing game. Like nowadays, it's no respect. Like back in the day, people would try to sound like themselves, but nowadays, and let me say this. I first got into making beats around when Drummer Boy was hot, and then when Lex Luger came into the game. I noticed back in the day when you had a hit song as a producer, everybody would go to that producer to get the sound. Now, when a producer has a hit song on one of their beats, other people are trying to do the same beat. And the artists don't even go to that person. They don't go to the originator. They go to everybody else to get the carbon copy. So he made the plug sound. There we go.
Song and probably think Dro produced it. None of the rappers who Dro's sound helped propel them on the underground helped him excel in the mainstream. Even SoundCloud made an official playlist titled Plug and excluded Dro and other producers from the beat plug camp. Yeah, his personal life might have gotten away, but during that time people leached off his foundation. When the beats were popping though, rappers got the cosign and did. Mexico Joe is a rare case of a creator of a sound who never truly got the credit. And in this video, we gonna talk about it.
I think that's why, here's an example. Back in the day, T.I., people used to call him the king of the South, right? But nobody called T.I. the king of the South until T.I. started popping out with it. I don't know Mexico Joe, his situation, but you got to get out in front of it. You got to be your own biggest advocate is what I'm saying. You got to pop out and say, I'm the plug nigga.
Let's get it.
My name is Mexico Joe, producer from Florida with Love, producer of Broke Boy, producer, Gangsta, Shouter, Plug, everything you hear with the plug, and me and my plugs, my beat plugs.
Coming from Atlanta, GA, Dro would come up in a producer collective called Beat Plugs, with other notable producers like Stupid Cool, Polo Boy Shawty, and others. Known for their signature tag, Plug, Dro's sound would stand out soon once he put it out there. People compare his beats to Zaytoven, but to me, it's more like Nintendo 64 type melodies mixed with trap. I can sit here and name 90% of the rappers who came up in the SoundCloud era, and they had a beat from Mexico Joe. But the artist who was forever attached to Dro from that time period would be Playboi Carti, who was also on the come up at that time, and he and Dro both had an unorthodox style that meshed perfectly.
Oh, music. Hopefully, let me just talk. Blah 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 blah. All right, there we go.
Songs together. But Broke Boy would probably be the biggest standout in terms of popularity. But if you're a real nigga, you know their best song is Chill Freestyle. Let's be real.
How do you deal with situations where artists steal your beats so they don't necessarily pay you for beats?
Well, I got a lot of ways of dealing with it. You know what I'm saying?
Money, racks.
That part of the game is so weird to me. Okay, you put the beat up for free, and you expect for the artist before they put it up for streaming to pay you, but then they don't, and there's no consequences unless the song goes up. And then for that part, you for the most part, the producer don't even take a fee. They just go, just give me some points. It's a weird game, but it is what it is.
Cash. Everybody wants to get paid for their work.
Right.
Whether it's on a smaller scale or a larger scale. Dro would be on the latter, with his name and buzz being bigger than before. Problem is, he was working with a notorious beat thief, Playboy Carti.
And Mexico Joe had like one or two. And that was supposed to be the tape. And then they were like, you know, we're going to send you some paperwork and this and the fourth. We're going to make sure you get paid. But keep sending beats, though, and send the track outs and send all. Like, they wanted me to send everything for the beats before they sent any paperwork to me.
Weird ass business.
Carti could have wanted to pay Dro on the back end, or the music blew up so much the fee got larger. Either way, Dro wasn't properly compensated for his work.
I'm not
Rich
surprised.
the Kid would release a song called Plug featuring Carti and Kodak Black. The song blew.
Y'all want to keep working with these rappers, huh? That, oh, I got you. Let me tell you something. This is what I'm doing. I'm building my own platform. With the internet, we don't got to chase artists no more. You can still do that thing, but I think you should focus on building your own platform. How about you become the placement? And artists, do good business. Producers, do good business.
Blew up, and at the time would be Dro's biggest song.
Touchdown on a nigga, boy.
Yeah, that's a copyright. We don't want to get hit with that.
The beat
There
was
we go.
stolen and was intended for Nebuchadnezzar's song Gassed Up, which did really well. But you could see how Rich stealing the beat could have interfered with Dro's business. But his reaction to all this didn't help either. When you talking real street shit in the industry, it could rub people the wrong way.
You can't buy no beats. Everybody know that shit. Zan already know that shit. I'm riding with Zan right now. That ain't buy no beats, nigga. That's our favorite rapper. Bro. That nigga brought out for real. Tell that nigga he don't want no smoke me. He ain't trying to do shit with me, boy. I swear to God. And Rich the Kid. That's why I made that little move out of Atlanta. And Playboy Carti move out of Atlanta now, for real.
Carti and Dro
Damn.
would have a fallout due to this. And by the time Carti's first official project, self-titled, was released, Dro would only have one placement, with the bulk of the production being given to Pierre Bourne. I mean, to the underground scene, yeah, we were aware of
No loyalty, man. You give all these free beats away, right? You go, okay, I'm gonna go along with it. I'm gonna try to, smooth it out. We'll try to get what we can get on the back end, right? And the moment you stand up and go, man, what we doing for real? Motherfuckers want to act different. Motherfuckers want to cut you out the situation. I'm telling you, producers, man, you gotta build your own. Shit. Like, I know a producer that had all the placements, right? And then the artist stopped fucking with him for whatever reason. I don't know the reason. I should know the reason, but I don't. And now their emotion has slowed all the way down. You can't base what you do around somebody else. That goes for artists and producers at the same time. That's crazy. So when the man stand up and someone be like, fuck it, I'm not about to keep doing this. Now you want to cut him out. Carti lame as hell for that.
Dro contribution to Carti's come up. But on a mainstream level, this was Carti's introduction. And Dro only having one beat is a missed opportunity to fully capitalize on that moment.
I said, yo, what's up with people telling me about you not paying for beats? Is it true, or are they just trying to get clout? Like, what's going on? Please let me know. This is what he's saying directly. He just responded a second ago, so this is live. He says, they're trying to get clout. I only rap on Pierre beats.
Mexico Dro got a...
They're trying to get clout. I do not believe that. It's not that they're trying to get clout. He's trying to get properly compensated or some kind of agreement. That's the problem. There's no agreements in this shit. People just making music and not figuring out the business. And then by the time they so deep into it now people want to talk business, relationships ruined. I just sold a beat to somebody today, right? And I immediately, let's talk about the business. Let's make sure we both walk away happy. Write down the terms you want, and then let me meet you there and we figure it out. You got to have a conversation, man. Or if you're selling beats on BeatStars or something, have a clear, edit that template as contract. All I'm saying, get terms, man. Do business, man. Do business. This is ridiculous.
The song he rapped on called Push Ups. And lyrics from that song summarize that era perfectly. He said, turned to an asshole. Couple folks did me wrong. Took my songs they got on. Left my ass right at home.
Niggas is soft in the industry. They get their feelings hurt over just little stuff or whatnot. So you might say something thinking it's normal, but niggas might take that to heart and start gossiping behind your back and shit like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And it's a lot of that being going on to you. You think these rappers ain't not telling you, oh man, I just was at the studio
Dro, after all this, would still push his sound, releasing more songs,
I
produced
don't even
by
get what he said. What he say? What he say?
Back and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's a lot of that being going on to you. You think these rappers ain't not telling you, oh, man, I just was at the studio.
Dro, after all this, would still push his sound, releasing more songs, produced by himself, and rapping. And he would still have notable songs with artists on the come up. For example, Young Band's Different Colors. But a lot of his movement was slowed down by his stints in jail. I'm not going to dive too much into that because I don't believe it affected him in the industry. But those stints took away his chance to grow his career at pivotal times.
I've been through it before, so I'm tired of going through this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You be tired of going through shit. Like, keep going through shit, and it's just like, God damn, I'm gonna keep going through this dumb ass shit.
Yeah.
I got tired of myself. I was like, nigga, I'm tired. So I had to learn from that, and I had to apply it to my life. I had to stop doing certain shit and certain, you know what I'm saying, being in certain situations and places and stuff like that, man. Just like, instead of being at these different places and all that shit, man, you know, it used to be hard for me to get in the studio. Like, the studio was easy for me to get into, but it was just hard getting me in that motherfucker. Like, I just didn't want to be in those studios.
Not being where he once was, the talent never left. He would get a placement on Drake's Dark Lane demo tape on a song from Florida with Love. Many consider Drake to be a culture vulture, but it's crazy that he was the one to get Dro a huge look at a time where people were doubting him.
So Drake, man, I fuck with Drake, man. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. Like, Drake eat me up before all these niggas did. Like, well, I know these. Now I know.
One thing you can't deny about Drake is tapped in with the culture. Like, you can say culture vulture, he's a colonizer. Drake is really tapped in.
These niggas seen, if I know these niggas heard me, seen me before, I don't give a fuck. Drake eat me up. Get what? That's the nigga.
Yeah.
So I know y'all boys looking at me. You know what I'm saying?
Since that time, Dro has been moving more militant and starting to take his business more serious. The wave he created has taken different forms over the years, with Plug and B being the current sound for underground, which in my opinion is a branch off the Beat Plug tree. Dro likes the new movement, but let's be real, none of that shit would exist without his contribution. Bro, it's literally called Plug and B.
Sitting around talking about, oh, I don't fuck with Shawty because he goddamn make the same type of shit that I make and shit like that. That shit lame.
Yeah.
So yeah, I embrace all the up and coming young producers and stuff like that who want to make this sound and want to keep this sound. They keeping the sound going.
Yeah.
This shit ain't gonna go nowhere. I don't know how long. I can't even, man, to be honest with you, man, it's 2023. I put my first music out like in 2014 after I came home.
Even though Dro didn't completely blow up then, unlike rappers, I believe producers have a larger window for success.
Yes,
you
we
can
do.
grow tired of an artist, but producers, as long as they evolve and continue to make good beats, their shelf life is way longer.
Way longer.
I see recently Dro dropped a tape with Man Savage, an artist from 21 Savage and Young Nudy's camp. So in Mexico, Dro resurgence is not out of the picture. But still, imagine how different his trajectory would have been if he was the main producer on Self-Titled. And SoundCloud dead ass should have shut down the moment they put up a playlist called Plug and excluded him from it. That's like me making a Chicago drill playlist and not putting Young Chop because he's not politically correct.
Say I'm a hoe. I'ma let this bitch go.
Anyways, with that being said, if you like this video, I appreciate you for real, gang. And if you hate this video, you hate Mexico Dro, you hate me, you hate plugs, make sure to dislike and subscribe because we ain't stopping. It's Ram Butter.
All right, Ram Butter, thank you very much for that video, brother. That was a good video. We're gonna link his information down in the description. Yeah, man, there's no loyalty in the music industry, man. You got to whatever clout you get, you gotta siphon off of that and go and build your own shit. Build you an email list, get your customers going. Something, have your own thing going, because you never know when the rug gets pulled from underneath of you. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what else you want to see. And remember, all this shit is simple. You are not a problem. But kill it out. Peace.